I, Saras, Dr. Sangram Tawan, Organizing Secretary of the seminar. Thank you very much, sir, for gracing this auspicious valedictory function. We will begin the today's program with ICR song and an ASM song. May I request the technical team to play the song, please?
जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की सुखद प्रतीक हरित भारत की कृषि धन पशुधन मानव जीवन दुग्ध महत्व कल्याण सुवर्धन वैज्ञानिक विधि नव तकनीकी पारिस्थितिकी का संरक्षण शस्य श्यामला छवि भारत की जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की हिम प्रदेश से सागर तट तक मरुधरती से पूर्वोत्तर तक हर पथ पर है मित्र कृषक की शिक्षा शोध प्रसार सकल तक आशा स्वावलंबित भारत की जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की
यहाँ खोज खोज पर तनाव मुक्ति का नारा है अजय विश्व प्रबंधन संस्थान हमारा है अजय विश्व प्रबंधन संस्थान हमारा है वही किसान कल्याण की आस वही उन्नत खेती की जब प्यास बढ़ी बुनियाद नियासम की हुई खड़ी कृषि परिषद का विश्वास है विज्ञान जगत का कौशल भी बारामती से रुत बदलाव में सहारा है अजय विश्व प्रबंधन संस्थान हमारा है क्रांति के गहरे रंग खिलेंगे अन्न सुरक्षा है लक्ष्य यही पशु पक्षी मत्स्य उत्पादन बागवानी से आय दुगनी हवा पानी मिट्टी से यहाँ समस्त तनाव मिटाना है संकल्प सिद्धि का झंडा गौरव से लहराना है अजय विश्व प्रबंधन संस्थान हमारा है अजय विश्व प्रबंधन संस्थान हमारा है
Thank you very much. We will begin today's program as a customary and tradition by felicitating the distinguished beneficiaries on the dais. May I request Dr. K. Semedi, sir, the Honorable Director Niasam, to felicitate the speakers of today's program. Dr. Gautam, sir, EDC Agricultural Extension, ICR, New Delhi. Special guest of today's program, Dr. Rajbir Singh, sir, ADG, ICR, New Delhi. Thank you, sir. Now, may I request the General Secretary, SARAS, Dr. D.D. Nangre, sir, to felicitate our Honorable Director, Dr. K. Samareddy, sir. May I request the Organizing Secretary, Dr. Sangram Sawan, to felicitate the General Secretary, SARAS, Dr. D.D. Nangre, sir. I would like to call on the stage Dr. Vijay Singh Kakade to felicitate the Organizing Secretary, Dr. Sangram Sawan. Thank you very much, sir. Moving ahead, for 2 days, we had a discussion on various aspects on millets, research, extension, and other aspects as well. To tell the glimpses of the 2 days national seminar on millets, may I invite the organizing secretary, Dr. Sangram Sawan, to tell the glimpses of the seminar. Doctor, please.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to all respected dignitaries on the dais, delegates, students, contractual staff, farmers. Welcome for the valedictory function, and thank you for being here for 2 days, almost 1.5 days. And I am here to present the glimpses of this seminar. So this seminar, actually work has been started almost 6 months back, and we are presenting within this week what we have done. So before giving glimpses, I would like to ask my technical team, to run the small video which has been prepared. Actually, we were so much busy during all activities. So just whatever photos we got received during these 2 days or 1 week, we have compiled and we are presenting. It is very short, 2 minutes video. So I request Pravinji to play the video. Thank you. We know all that the program was full pack, almost 2 days program we have completed almost within 1.5 day, even less than that. Different 4 sessions were there, key lecturers, lead speakers, oral presenter, poster session also was beautiful. Also also the exhibitions which we have arranged here, that exhibition first time we able to manage the people from outside to come and showcase their technologies and the also many things, as it is near to Pune, but even though there are so many shortfalls in sometimes in management also, so we apologize for that. But we have got opportunity and we try to showcase Niasam as a brand. So I hope everyone enjoyed your last 1 day or 1.5 day. So you will be taking good memories. I hope those bad memories are there. You can keep here, and next time we will try to improve much more. So once again, I am thankful to the ICR, our all sponsors, those helped us to organize this thing. Also, State Department who provided sponsor generously fund to us. Also, the key person, Dr. Samir Reddy sir, for providing us opportunity to everyone. So once again, thank you all. Thank you. Please visit again.
Thank you, Dr. Saab, for showing the glimpses of the national seminar. It was very beautifully drawn. Thank you very much. Moving ahead, I take this opportunity to invite onto the podium Dr. K. Reddy sir, Director of NISM, and the President Saras to welcome the distinguished dignitaries on the dais, please.
Respected today's chief guest, Dr. U.S. Gautam, DDG Agriculture Extension, ICR Delhi. The guest of honor, Sri Dr. Rajbir Singh, ADG Agronomy, Agroforestry and Climate Change, NRM Division, ICR, New Delhi. Dr. Sunil Chavan, actually who is there online as the guest of honor, is the Commissioner, Department of Agriculture, Government of Maharashtra, Pune. He will, I think he will join online. And my own colleagues, it's both Secretary of the SARAS, Society for Agriculture Research on Abiotic Space, Dr. Nangare, and of course, Dr. Sangram is the organizing secretary of this national seminar. And my dear director colleagues, Dr. Yadav Sahab is there, Mishra Ji, both Mishra Jis are there, JS Mishra as well as the VK Mishra, only one letter is different in spellings. And our other directors, Sunil and others are there. And former vice chancellors, keynote speakers, lead speakers who have delivered all these lectures, and dear delegates, and also student delegates, and some farmers are there. And all lead speakers and the keynote speakers, those are present now in this institute, in this hall. And all other colleagues, particularly my own colleagues. Actually, you have seen, they have been working for almost for 1.5 months. They are giving very hard work, actually. We have been doing, because when DDG has asked us, I told in the inaugural function, I thought just I contacted 2-3 scientists because I was also new here. I do not know what about the different scientists, of course, but I asked, they all told, this is a young group. And average age is only 30 years, 30 to 35 years. That is the advantage of this institute. I am very happy to serve, but to serve as the director of this institute, actually. So I asked, they told it is okay. Then immediately I told to DDG NRM that we are ready to organize this national seminar. I hope we have organized it. I think I am satisfied with that. With the limited resources, only limited sources, of course, that is true with any institute. We will not have that much accommodation. we can accommodate any institute at least to 30, 40 people only. Because even Krida, I was the acting director for Krida also. It is a big institute. There also we have got our own accommodation only for the maximum of 50 people, 40 to 50. Anyhow, we have to provide outside. But Hyderabad actually so many. Here actually it is a small town, but beautiful town, I can say. Very neat and clean. You might have seen. Hotels also I never expected, because before allotting to you, I personally visited all the hotels. Actually 6, 7 sources are there outside wherever accommodation provided. I have visited all of them. I have satisfied. Then only actually I have started allotting the where to whom we have to allot which accommodation, like that. We planned that. I hope there will not be any problem. Already I have discussed with many directors. Is there any problem? But they told no problem is there at all. Even transport also here we faced very costly, because in Hyderabad and other cities we can receive them only from the airports, which is maximum of 40, 50 kilometers away from the office. But here we have received most of the delegates from Pune, which is 100 kilometers from here, and up and one has to go that and come back, means 200 kilometers for one person. Minimum is the 200 kilometers, but airport are coming and going, it will go nearly 250, 300 kilometers. So most of our budget has gone for this also, but even then I'm very particular. First day myself, I took the decision to provide transport to all, including students. Students also, we have provided the transport from the railway station, or the, of course, airport is not there, Pune railway station, Baramati railway station, Down railway station, as well as the bus station of Baramati. So we have provided for them also, and we have given the accommodation in our hostel for all the students with minimal charges. That is not at all required, but without charge, whatever the kit and other things we are giving, we have to meet out of that. So we have tried our best to provide the uh, facilities to all of you. I hope you have not faced any problems. And I also welcome all my colleagues, actually, my scientific colleagues, technical colleagues, as well as the administrative accounts, and our contractual staff, as well as all those who are working as the YPs in the projects, as well as in the institute budget. All, I take this opportunity to welcome all of you to this valedictory function of this important national seminar on abiotic stress management for sustainable millet-based production systems, which is being organized jointly, the SARAS with NIASAM Baramati and Department of Agriculture, Government of Maharashtra, Pune, as well as the KVK Baramati. I hope we are coming to this end of this thing. And the only thing is we have seen actually regarding if the proceedings, this is a very, very important session, because after all, whatever the points will emerge out of this, that will become as in the publication. Of course, we are going to publish also that one in the form of the proceedings as well as the recommendations that will circulate to all the registered members, even for all ICR institutes also, those who are not registered also, all ICR users. This is a very, very important session. If we see actually in the first session itself, our chief guest DGs are told. Actually, even though our topic is abiotic stress management, but it's a very, very narrow. But for the popularization of this topic is very, very big. It has started, actually, we have very clearly told that whatever the demand that we have to create, India, not only in India and outside the world, then only the demand and the consumption and the requirement of the millets will go up, so that our farmers can get the desired benefits. That is very, very important thing. For that, actually, we have to work from the life cycle, throughout the life cycle. Means starting from the sowing, first create, actually, we should go in value chain approach. Nowadays, we should go in reverse order. Not the actually production from the production to the consumption, but from the reverse of the value chain. First, identification of the demand, how much demand is there, where demand is there, for that, for which product is demand is there, and then we have to plan which area, our areas of different countries, whether it is a agroclimatic zone or the agroclimatic sub-region, whatever it may be, which is suitable for that particular crop, millet crop. And then we have to produce that much in that area to meet that demand. For that, actually, one small aspect is this. This is abiotic statement. I should not say small, because if we see globally, 50% of yield loss in any crop, for that matter, not only in the millets, it is due to the abiotic stress, one or other abiotic stress. And now, this is Mr. Sunil Chauhan, IAS officer, he could not attend today this meeting or yesterday also, because Maharashtra now, of course, all over India, this drought situation is going on. In Maharashtra, particularly this area, we have received only 34% of rainfall as compared to the long-term average rainfall of last 3 months, June, July, August. Here, the deficit is 64%. This may be the same situation is the same with the all over Maharashtra, except one or two districts. Maybe the deficit of the rainfall varies from not that much high, but they are also facing. And sowing area also they are suffering. Actually, sowing is a very, very less. That is why CM and Deputy CM, both of Maharashtra, they have asked the Agriculture Commissioner to present the agricultural situation of Maharashtra yesterday. And today also one team from the Krida, they are visiting Maharashtra, and today they are having the meeting with the same Mr. Chauhan as the commissioner, so he could not come. So this is actually abiotic stresses. This is the practical situation what we are facing here. Luckily here in our institute, we have got canal water availability is there, and canal water is sufficiently. Farmers here are not suffering because of this canal water, and already they released sufficient water is available in the canal. We are very fortunate this particular part of Pune district. So here we are not that facing problem, but entire Maharashtra and other parts of the country they are facing. So this abiotic stress is very, very important. Only I want to say is that not only the stressing on this is not enough. Our national seminar, particularly this one, I suggested by DG, we have to bring out these recommendations on broader way from starting from the identifying the consumption, then demand, and of course many policy points like that, so that demand can increase and consumption. If consumption increases, demand will increase, and production. For increasing the production, yes, now we will go for that. Is one of the aspects is how to enhance the abiotic stress management or the tolerance in the crops, which starts from the integrated genetic natural resource management. That is the first is a variety or the improved varieties, hybrids, whatever that is there. Then our natural resource management, all other pests and disease management, all these management practices will come into that. And I hope under the able chairmanship of Dr. Gautam Saab, we will come out some clear-cut recommendations. And here this program is a little bit lengthy. We have asked the rapporteur, one of the rapporteur in each, there were the two rapporteurs are there. One rapporteur will present the minimum 5 to 6 points that emerged from each this one. So out of that, and addition also, we will give the sufficient time because very well experienced our directors are there. They can, others delegates are there. They can also suggest few points which are missing in that. With that, we will proceed. I hope we will come up with a good number of recommendations. I am once again, because I will not get opportunity again, because vote of thanks is given by one of our secretaries. I am thankful to all of you and all your institutions for approving your tour programs, for approving our registration fees, other things. And we will have actually already after seeing this, I've already discussed with my colleagues, few colleagues. We can organize this type of the programs in frequently also. So I'll also welcome in future also. I hope you had enjoyed this, and we will meet in other future programs also. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all.
Thank you very much, sir, for your welcome address. Moving ahead, you would like to hear the highlights of the different sessions which were held during the national seminar. To begin with, I would like to call on to the podium Dr. Paritosh Kumar, who was the rapporteur of the inaugural session. Dr. Paritosh.
Thank you, Rajkumarji. I respected chief guest of this valedictory function of this millet seminar, Dr. U.S. Gautam sir, DDG Agriculture Extension, Dr. Rajbir Singh sir, and the Dr. Samir Reddy sir, the director of this institute. Apart from this, the Nangre sir, Sangram Chauhan sir, and all the dignitaries of the dais, all the delegates came over here, the guests came over here, the students, NISM staffs, and all other who graced this event. I am present here to brief about whatever the inaugural function were carried out. So the inaugural function of this millet seminar was graced by the presence of the chief guest, That is the Dr. Himanshu Pathak sir, Secretary there, and Director General ICAR, special guest Dr. S.K. Chaudhary sir, DDG Natural Resource Management. Guest of honor Dr. S.R. Gadak sir, Vice Chancellor PDA KV Akola. Dr. P.G. Patil sir, Vice Chancellor MPKV Rahori. Dr. P.L. Patil sir, Vice Chancellor US Dharwad. Sri Rajendra Pawar sir, Chairman Agricultural Development Trust Baramati, and different directors of various ICR institutes, researchers and scientists of various universities, and other delegates present for the special seminar on this abiotic stress management for sustainable millet-based production system. So this inaugural function were started with the lamp ceremony, lamp lighting ceremony, and then facilitation of the different dignitaries present over here. After that, the Arjun Taide sir, who were the organizing secretary, and now he is the head of division of crop production ICRCICR Nagpur. He shared the purpose of this seminar. He emphasized the importance of millet-based millets, and because the millet are the rich source of essential macro and micronutrients for human health. The purpose of this seminar is, he said, that to create awareness about the millets and their scientific development for better production under abiotic stress conditions. So therefore, he further told that this seminar were planned in 4 technical sessions. That is, the first is genetic enhancement of for abiotic stress tolerance. Second, climate smart practices for sustainable production. And third, processing and value addition in millet, and scaling of abiotic stress technologies for millet and policy support. After that, after Dr. Sir, Dr. K. Samireddy sir, he added that he informed that the gathering that in this seminar around more than 340 delegates were participated from more than 16 states of our country. After that, the Rajendra Pawar sir, the chairman, Agricultural Development Trust Baramati, he informed that the Agricultural Development Trust has collaboration with the Institute of Millet Research and ICRISAT and other state university for demonstrating various millet production technologies for benefit of the farmers. He urged that the MSP should be also be provided by the government for millets. This will help farmers to increase the area under production for millets. He further expressed that this seminar will be helpful for solving problems of the farmers, for the farmers. After that, Dr. P.S. Patil sir, Vice Chancellor US Dharwad, he greeted all the delegates on the behalf of millet growing farmers of Maharashtra. He expressed his concern regarding the diminishing effect of abiotic stresses for crop production. He further added that there is a need to identify different crop production system under harsh environments. Millet are best suited for the rain-fed condition. He further added that area under millet is decreasing due to changing food preferences. He requested our DG ICR to formulate some policies which can help to identify the problems related to the millet production. Millet require very less quantity of water, therefore it provide an opportunity for crop production under water scarce conditions. So after that, Dr. S.R. Gadak sir, Vice Chancellor PDKV Akola, he also mentioned that 2023 has been recognized as International Year of Millets by the United Nations. He mentioned about the research activities carried out at PDKV Akola in the field of millets. Many varieties of sorghum has been released by their universities, in which he given an example, the Maldani sorghum, which is once the popular variety of Western Maharashtra, which was released in 1935. He further added that increase in yield in the sorghum can be achieved through around 15% by in situ moisture conservation, 25% increase in yield could be achieved by selection of varieties based on the soil type, 20% increase in yield could be possible by post moisture conservation practices, 15% yield could be achieved by integrated nutrient management, and 10% yield could be improved by through integrated pest management practices. After that, Dr. S.K. Chaudhary, sir, DDG, Natural Resource Management, he also informed that the gathering that the India has made a global move for promotion of millets as a source of nutrient for the improvement of human health. He further expressed his concern that forcing farmer is not going to solve the problem of diminishing area under millet production. Farmers deserve better prices for millet products. National varieties of millet should be conserved for solving future farming problems. So after that, various souvenirs, abstract books, ICR and ISM at a glance, ICR and ISM profile, and different bulletins were released. And in the last, Dr. Himanshu Pathak, that is the DGICR, he thanked all the dignitaries, directors, delegates present in this seminar. He mentioned that 2018, we celebrated National Millet Year by the government of India, and therefore government is striving to popularize millet as a healthy food source among public. India wants to make its presence globally by making at least few items in the plate of every person. He further lauded that efforts of government of India results in promotion of millets as a healthy source of food. Now everybody knows the benefit of millets. He urged that ICR scientists have important responsibility in solving problems related to the decreasing area of millet production. So he suggested scientists should work on the challenges of millet production along with improving the economic and policy related issues. He further mentioned that his Maharishi program, in which millets and all ancient crops will be promoted for cultivation. He mentioned that Indian Institute of Millet Research is going to be the global center of millet production. He urged that scientists take part in varietal development, water management, soil management, pest control should be correct from our side. He also added that a concluding conference will be organized this year in the December by NASA and ICR, and a final roadmap will be prepared for millet production through scientific research, extension, education, and capacity building. So this seminar will provide a unique opportunity to showcase the potential of India in science-led development of millet production. So he thanked and congratulated our institute and ISM for organizing this event. So after that, the vote of thanks will be conducted by the Sangram sir. So this is all about the inaugural function. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Sir. Now, I would like to call on the stage Dr. P.S. Basvaraj, who was the rapporteur of the technical keynote session 1.
Good afternoon, respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, all delegates and other participants. I would like to read out this proceedings of the first keynote session. That first keynote session was on genetic enhancement and climate smart practices. The session was chaired by Dr. S.R. Gadak, Vice Chancellor MPK, PDKV Akola, and co-chaired by Dr. Praveen Kumar, Director CCARI Goa. In this session, in the first keynote addresses, there were two main lectures. One was on harnessing genomic approaches for improvement of millet productivity under climate change scenario. This keynote address was delivered by Dr. Chinnuswamy sir. And a second lecture was on genetic resources for accelerated breeding of millet productivity in semi-arid tropics. This was delivered by Dr. Kuldeep Singh, ICRISAT. Based on the deliberation of the above sessions, key points emerged where first is genome among the different genomic approaches. Genome editing is one of the precise mutation technique which enables the high possibility of getting desired mutants, especially which will be helpful for overcoming reproductive barriers in small millets. Genes like DST and protein phosphatase 2 gene, they are key master regulators of abiotic stress tolerance in rice and other millet crops. They are conserved across the different cereals as well as millets. So already they have been characterized in rice crops. Those can be explored to develop much more climate resilient millet crops. And although there are several improved varieties of millets were released during a recent year, but the varieties are hybrids with much climate resilience, especially in small millet is one of the most important need presently. And one of the important deliberation was recommendation was gene discovery, functional characterization, development of center for excellence in genome editing, capacity development, and necessary infrastructure development are need of the hour. And in different millet crops, several accessions were identified for different abiotic stress tolerance. Those already identified genotype accession can be utilized in a routine breeding program so that we can able to develop much more climate resilient and high productive millet crops. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. There is a small change in the session. We have with us the special guest of today's program, Sri Sunil Chavan sir, IAS Commissioner, Department of Agriculture, Government of Maharashtra, Pune. He has joined with us online. Sir, on behalf of the whole NISM family, the society, and all the delegates are the distinguished guests present for this national seminar. I extend my heartfelt welcome to you. Sir, now I request to address the today's valedictory program. Over to you, sir.
First of all, as a Commissioner Agriculture Maharashtra, I would like to welcome all the delegates for this national seminar on abiotic stress management for sustainable millet-based production system. I would have been
You are
very
not
happy.
audible.
Am I audible? Am I audible? मेरी आवाज आ रही क्या? मेरी आवाज आ रही? Am I audible?
प्रवीण, मेन स्क्रीनला आवाज येत नाही.
माझा आवाज येत नाही.
जिथून जाते त्यांना तिथे आवाज येत नाही.
काय केलं पाहिजे?
त्यांच्या मेन स्क्रीनला आवाज येत नाही.
इथे याच्यात करता येईल का?
नाही, त्यांच्याकडून कंट्रोल त्यांच्याकडे आपला आवाज जातोय.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Moving ahead, I would like to call on the stage Dr. S.S. Pawar sir, who was the rapporteur of keynote
तिकडून
session.
करायचं का मग?
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I'm here to present the highlights of keynote session 2. Session just concluded before the valedictory function. The session was on processing, value addition, and scaling up of abiotic stress management technologies. The session was chaired by Dr. U.S. Gautam, sir, DDG Agriculture Extension, ICR, New Delhi. And the co-chairman was Dr. Rajbir Singh, ADG, Agronomy, Agroforestry and Climate Change, New Delhi. Myself and Dr. Bhaskar acted as rapporteurs. In this session, 5 lectures were delivered by 5 experts, I must say veterans in the field. The session's first lecture was delivered online by Dr. P.V. Varaprasad, Director, Sustainable Intensification Innovation Lab, Kansas State University, USA. On the topic, the role of millets for climate resilience, nutrition and health. Dr. Varaprasad, at the start of his lecture, give a glimpse of Kansas State University and the work his team has been carrying out about the GHG mission. He highlighted emphasized the global temperature change the different stresses affecting agriculture, especially the drought stress. He emphasized on the food insecurity that has been affecting around 811 million people around the world. And he highlighted how millets has the potential to address few of the problems, as millets is a climate resilient crop. It's a nutritious, it has health benefits for the people, and it has low water requirement, better heat tolerance, high nutrient content, and how he summarized how the millets can be used to tackle the food insecurity among the world, especially in the Africa and Southeast Asia. He also highlighted the sustainable agriculture intensification, that what he called as a SAI, involving socio-economic intensification. These are the strategies, what he pointed out. Then involving agroecological intensification, and then genetic intensification. Finally, he emphasized that to bring about this would require a system thinking and transdisciplinary research and convergence of all biological, agriculture, ecological, food science, and social sciences disciplines. The next lecture or keynote address was delivered by the chairman himself, Dr. U.S. Gautam, DDG Agriculture Extension, on the topic innovative extensions tools for scaling up of abiotic stress management technologies. Okay. He covered multiple points involving, he gave an overview of millets, then the global scenario of millets production, the nutritional composition of millets vis-a-vis major cereal crops. He also emphasized the decline of millets in India. He highlighted the health benefits of millets. Then the bottlenecks faced in the millet promotion. Then he also highlighted the strategies to increase production and productivity of the millets. He highlighted or gave a brief overview about the ICR extension strategies involving KVKs for the millet promotion through its 6,000 demonstration units. He also highlighted the innovative extensions tool that are being used for scaling up the abiotic stress management technologies in millets. He also gave the account of few of the case studies involving the millets. He emphasized the role of KVKs for millet promotion at the district level. Then the business opportunities involved in the millets, especially for the farmer producers organization. And he also highlighted the activities proposed by the ICR for celebrating International Year of Millets 2023. And then the next keynote address was delivered by Dr. A.S. Dhawan, former Vice Chancellor, VNMKV Parbhani. The sir delivered a keynote address on the topic Abiotic stresses and their management for enhancing productivity and quality of millets. In his keynote address, sir gave a glimpse of his lifetime experience in the edaphic stresses. He emphasized on the edaphic stresses interaction for plant function. Then he also highlighted edaphic stress due to nutrient mining. And the major highlight of his talk was his own experience or his own technology developed by him, that is silt from the tanks, which was popularized and accepted by government of Maharashtra under the scheme Gaal Mukta Dharan and Gaal Yukta Shivar. And he also emphasized that how he has been active in pursuing the government to bear the transportation cost of this silt or Gaal, so that this technology can be applied widespread in the farmers field. Then the next keynote address was delivered by Mr. Tatasai Fadtare, a millet entrepreneur and a famous farmer, on the topic millet opportunities, new hope for dryland farmers. This was very practical experience also for the farmers. He covered his experience during coming up as a millet entrepreneur, and how he started the millet FPO before even the government took up millets as a popular food. And he also emphasized on the hurdles he has overcome. He emphasized about how he has used the effective marketing strategies, what he called as a TAM, SAM, and SOM, that is total addressable market, serviceable addressable market, and serviceable objectable market. He talked about he gave an overview of different products developed by his FPO, like millets idli, millets poha, and he concluded with a strong appeal to farmers to take up the millet entrepreneurship. And he emphasized that this is really a ripe time or the ideal time to take up this millet entrepreneurship. Then the last keynote address was delivered by Dr. V.V. Sadamate, sir, Agriculture Extension Specialist and former advisor, Agriculture Planning Commission, presently Niti Aayog, Government of India. He delivered a lecture on transformative agriculture extension strategies for management of abiotic stresses in millet-based farming system, a way ahead. He covered the multiple points relevant to extension, contribution of GVA and impressive performance. Then he also gave a glimpse of millets and climate resilience. Then he also highlighted the millet support schemes, abiotic stresses, then extension services, their important role, crucial inputs and challenging tasks. Then he also highlighted the delivery, agriculture extension delivery models. During his lecture, he covered extensively 21 points about agriculture extension innovations and reforms. He concluded his lecture with extension innovations and reforms for agribusiness management, then agroclimatic subzone consideration and vulnerability mapping. He highlighted the entrepreneurs, startups, and partnership. Then he emphasized the applications of high-tech applications for IT platforms for millet entrepreneurship or millet popularization. And at the end, he emphasized that these steps will ultimately take us to the climate smart agriculture. That was all for the session. Thank you very much.
Am I audible now? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you are very much audible, sir.
Thank
Over
you.
to you, Sunil. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. At the onset, I would like to welcome all the delegates, scientists, some entrepreneurs for this national seminar on abiotic stress management for sustainable millet-based production systems. I would have been very happy to be amongst you, but due to some important meeting at government level, yesterday I was in Mumbai, and today I had some meeting with some scientists, because as you all know, in Maharashtra, rainfall situation from June to August. In June, we are deficit roughly by 46%. In July, we were surplus by 40%. And again in August, we are deficit by, till now, roughly around 60%. So, and as this is a seminar on abiotic stress management, the basic issue given to this institute, that is National Institute of Abiotic Stress Management, one is drought also. And I'm very confident during this summit of 2 days, very good suggestions will emerge, and those suggestions will definitely help me in handling the situation in Maharashtra. I have opportunity to listen Dr. Paritosh, Dr. Basavaraj, Dr. S.S. Pawar in three sessions. What were the key issues? One key issue that is related to me. This is regarding the main concern, that is diminishing area of the millets, that is reducing area. Because when we look back from 2001 and right now, in Kharif Jawar, area has been drastically reduced. Earlier in 2001, it was roughly around 7 to 18 lakh hectares. But right now it has come down to 3 lakh hectares. Same thing happened with Bajra. In Bajra also, earlier the area was 14 lakh hectares, and now it has come down to 7 lakh hectares. Main millet in Maharashtra is Rabi Jawar. In Rabi Jawar also, in 2001, the area was 34 lakh hectares. Now it has come down to roughly 19 lakh hectares. But I should thank and I should appreciate the efforts of scientists in Bajra and Jawar. While the area is going down, but still the production is at the same level. This is due to productivity. Though the area is going down, but the productivity has been enhanced. Earlier, the productivity was around 6 lakh quintals in Bajra, but it is now roughly 9 to 10 lakh quintals per hectares. Same thing is happening in Jawar also. It has been almost doubled. Earlier it was 5 to 6 lakh quintals, but now it is 10 lakh quintals. Saying this and the importance of millets, I should thank Honorable Prime Minister. He has moved a resolution in, whereby we have started celebrating International Year for Millets 2023. One issue was also discussed, that is about awareness of millet. I am very happy to say in awareness activities, Maharashtra is topping in the nation. Roughly around 29 to 30,000 activities we did in last roughly around 10 months, because we have started this millet mission quite early. We have started in the month of November itself, November 2022. In these activities, basic highlights, that is about the awareness from diet experts, then cuisine competitions, road shows, meetings, awareness campaigns, field visits, and extension activities. In last 2 days, we had one meeting with the experts also, because I would like to see if after these awareness activities, what is the impact in the society? What type of consumption pattern citizens have developed? So I will be discussing with medical practitioners. I will be discussing with the hotel owners whether the bill for millets has been increased or not, whether their store bill for millets, what it shows. One thing from this seminar, that is regarding now when we see the rainfall situation in Maharashtra, as of now, roughly 216 revenue circles, they are showing a dry spell of more than 21 days. And there are another 528 revenue circles, they are in the range of 15 to 21 days. And when we see the rainfall pattern, roughly Nashik division, then Pune division, and Aurangabad, they are badly hampered. The rainfall situation in Vidarbha, that is Amravati and Nagpur, is quite good. In Konkan, it is also good. In Marathwada, Nanded, Hingoli, and Parbhani, they are showing some good rains. Now, after this national seminar, we should come out with a concrete advisory about whether we should go about broad beds and furrows for cultivation, which will conserve the moisture, which will conserve better moisture. Then crop production how to do the crop production under water stress conditions. In today's seminar, there are many scientists like Dr. Sami Reddy, who is also director NISM, and Mr. Dr. Rajbir Singh, then Dr. Gautam, and our Vice Chancellor, SR Gadak. So with these new advisories, and Agriculture Department will go towards the farmers through our extension machinery, and we'll advise them. Because right now, with the gap of 21 days, and as it is advised by IMD, in next 8 to 10 days, the rainfall situation in Maharashtra will not be improving in these 3 divisions. So whatever we are deciding, that will be applicable in either in Rabi or in next season. So there was mention about Mr. Tatya Phadtare, who has started food processing in millets. So I am very happy to submit before you. In PFME, Prime Minister's Food Processing, we have started roughly around 180 to 200 projects in food processing, whereby we are supplying, we are encouraging farmers for growing the millets. In smart project, we have constructed around 30 godowns, whereby the facility of grading, sorting, and storage has been improved, and the losses, post-harvest losses of millets has been reduced. I am very happy with this 2 day seminar. Definitely, this will give me new tools for handling this precarious rainfall situation in Maharashtra. Once again, as a Commissioner Agriculture, I am very thankful to all the delegates. There are some ex-chancellors, some chancellors, some technocrats, some scientists, and some progressive farmers, some entrepreneurs like Mr. Padatare. They have contributed in this national seminar. Your whatever advisories you will be issuing, I will be requesting Dr. Sami Reddy to please give me some advisories as action taken report for me. That will help me in my work. Once again, I am very thankful to you. You have given me time to share my thoughts with you. As an administrator, I'll be very happy to know some new advisories from you also in person. If you say something, if you mail me something, definitely I would like to implement those ideas in field. Thank you very much and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your address, for your suggestions. We have noted down all the suggestions, and definitely from NISM side, we will be working together with you, and we definitely will give the advisories and the other aspects of the seminar, which we have discussed for 2 days. Thank you very much, sir. Moving to the next, I would like to call onto the podium Dr. K.M. Boraya, who was the rapporteur of technical session 1. Now, may I request the chief guest of today's program, Dr. U.S. Gautam, sir, to address the today's gathering. Sir, please.
Good afternoon. Since we have to catch our flight from Pune, so that's why I am just highlighting 2-3 points. Followed then Dr. Rajveer Singh will concluding these all programs. So Dr. Reddy, Director of this institute, Dr. Rajveer Singh, Dr. Chauhan, Agriculture Commissioner, Dr. Nagare, then Dr. Chauhan, and in all the desks, our ICR institute directors, honorable vice chancellors, former vice chancellor, Dr. Shadamate, scientists from this institute, scientists from other ICR institute, delegates coming from the other institute, universities, and Krishi Vigyan Kendra. So just I have devoted 2 days time in this institute. This is my first time to visit this institute. So I have a lot of experiences of this institute, and definitely the mandate given by the ICR, abiotic test, and I saw the different publications, definitely that issue fulfilling the mandate of what assigned by the ICR. This seminar, especially the topic on that national seminar on abiotic stress management for sustainable millets-based production systems. Definitely, there is 5 technical session, and I think all technical session covering very good lectures, and the recommendation of all 5 technical sessions. Definitely, I request to director of this institute to kindly make it action point. Some recommendation go to the some recommendation go to the state agriculture university, some recommendation go to the ICR institute, and some recommendation go to the Krishi Vigyan Kendra, so that real sense we can move ahead to fulfill the real stress management for sustainable millet based production systems. Friend, just our agriculture commissioner told about how this climate change. In June, 40% deficit rains, and in July, 60% deficit rain. So how this stress we can manage? So we think about, we have climate change programs, and I think 151 Krishi Vigyan Kendra working with this NICRA programs, and we have 151 village resource centers. We are adopting whole village, and we have a lot of achievements. But how that achievement replicate in the other village and other districts? So this is an important and definitely the presentation by our Krida. They have made very good presentation about the we have technology and we have success technology in the one village, but how that can replicate and how that change systems for adoption. And next point is important. See, in G20 we have already discussed these millets. Our all 28 dignitary chief scientists coming from 28 country in Varanasi, and they have discussed about this millets programs, and the Maharshi, that is one programs that approved by during our G20s. So we are moving with a good direction to implement that millets programs. And then we are always talking about farmers, 3-4 presentation of the farmers. So they highlighted about marketing, mechanization, and procurement oblique collection centers. 3 is very important. So this recommendation must go to this seminar about that mechanization, because government of India through Krishi Vigyan Kendra, we have established that custom hiring service in one village. But the state department also, they are proposing some custom hiring village. So how does custom hiring village include this mechanization of the millets, so that they can fulfill the mechanization part in during our custom hiring service. And marketing, we have already told in the early morning session, we have already MOU, ICR MOU with the Amazon. So if farmers, they can registration made in Krishi Vigyan Kendra, and Krishi Vigyan take care about the marketing of all materials produced by the farmers. So these arrangement we have already taken care. And next program about capacity building programs. See how our agriculture commissioner say the importance of the information, importance of the Kisan Mobile Advisory. So advisory is very important, but again question is how they prepare content of the advisory, how we can take information from the Vedas and club with this our crop science, then animal science, and then maybe make the content, and we make them to the systems, and that needful and timely that information goes to the farmers. Then there is one important aspect we wanted to discuss you. We have collected 75,000 farmers data for doubling the farmers' incomes, and we analysis the data, and we found that the area, the productions of the crop declined by 40 to 30%. 43% to 30%. The horticulture percentage increasing 31 to 35%. Animal husbandry increasing 14 to 18%. And small enterprises like beekeeping, mushroom productions, they are 3 to 5% increasing. So this is the trend of the 75,000 farmers. And everybody tell about that area is decline for the millets. How can we make a kind of strategy that cereals reducing 43 to 30%, that area compensate through millets? If we can able to compensate these millets, I think we have achieved the goal of the millet productions. So we think about and how we go for these things. Definitely, for today we have come with many recommendations, which is very important for highlighting the millets production and stress. One more thing about the social stress of the farmers, stress of the social systems. We are always talking about the stress of the abiotic stress and biotic stress. But ultimately, what happens? If that stress go to the human being farmers, what impact? Some farmers told about the suicide of the farmers. So how we can minimize the social stress? We think about how we can provide machinery, how we can provide technology, how we can provide training program, how we can provide the need of the farmers. Because ultimately farmers adopt your technology. You have good seeds, you have good technology, but ultimately farmers not convinced. If farmers not trained, your technology will not adopted in the large area. So we can also think, we can also request our director, he kindly some study about human resources stress, how human resource stress make a kind of presence in the adoption of the technology and upscale of the technology. So with these words, I again thanks to our director, Dr. Reddy. He's my good friend, and last 5 days, every day he called me, sir, you come here and to participate this program and you spare your time. So thank you, Dr. for giving me opportunity to chairing the session and also chairing the valedictory function. Definitely the recommendation also, this is not important for NRM division. This is also important for extension division also, because that is interrelated. So this kindly the recommendation to also send in our division, so that we can also make a plan, we can also make a strategy for the how outreach and how upscale of this technology through in the farmers field. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for addressing the valedictory program. Moving ahead to the next event, I would like to call onto the podium Dr. K.M. Boraya, who was the rapporteur of technical session 1.
Good afternoon, one and all. I am here to present recommendation or suggestions from emerged from technical session on genetic enhancement for abiotic test tolerance in millets. This session is chaired by P.L. Patil, Vice Chancellor, US Dharwad, and co-chaired by Dr. Kuldeep Singh from ICRIS at Hyderabad. In this session, there were 3 lead lectures delivered by experts. First lecture delivered by Dr. Sujay Rakshit, Director, ICR IIB Ranchi, on modern approaches for exploiting traditional and wild germplasm for developing climate-proof varieties of millets. He briefly explained his experience crop improvement with respect to sorghum and pearl millet, and he gave a statistics about how climate changes, particularly high temperature, affects the productivity in pearl millet and sorghum. He proposed 5G strategies comprising genome, germplasm, genes, genetic engineering, and genetic editing for genetic enhancement of millets for abiotic test tolerance. And he stressed about to utilize the genetic resources. And he also mentioned the success stories of millet utilization in breeding programs for particular traits. And he also mentioned, suggested particularly to adopt different approaches to develop more climate resilient crops varieties like development and use of diverse mapping population like magic populations and other genomic resources, exploring genome assisted selection with markers and QTLs for abiotic test tolerance. Besides genome editing and for targeting desired genes, and also applying or employing epigenetics and other tools. He also mentioned about design of a super sorghum by gene pyramiding technology. He also highlighted that there is a less genetic gain in terms of grain yield in sorghum. It should be addressed by inclusion of different modern tools and also using the hybrid development choice. And finally, I also emphasized the maintenance breeding to maintain the check varieties because it is a concerned in case of crop improvement. And second lead lecture delivered by Dr. Jagdish Rane on phenotyping to unravel the mechanisms and diets for abiotic stress tolerance in millets. He explained how abiotic stresses affects the crop yield and productivity and the need of development of allied germplasm tolerant to different stresses. He briefly explained the concept of plant phenomics and also climate smart crop varieties development. And he, with examples, he explained how to unravel the different mechanism of drought tolerance by giving his own experience in the field of phenomics. And he briefed about especially his success stories in measuring the important targets and also development of protocols for phenomics like biomass, digital biomass and aerial root in coffee for waterlogging tolerance. He highlighted the success stories, particularly that is he developed one mobile imaging system for field screening. It is named as Isha Module 1. And finally, third lecture is delivered by Mr. Sanjay Patil from Baya Pune regarding conservation of millets germplasm in tribal areas of Madhya Pradesh and as well as Maharashtra as a case study. And in his lecture, he explained in detail activities related to germplasm conservation, how they are utilizing at different locations by institute. And finally, actually, he mentioned some future lines of work as a way forward, particularly the need to promote on-farm conservation with field surveys and visits, and also documentation of millet germplasms and R&D on millets, and creating awareness through demonstration and quality seed production. And finally, he stressed about importance of that is recognition of millets through GI and recognizing the farmers involved in conservation of millets. Besides, our co-chairman, Dr. Kuldeep Singh, gave a very important points regarding the financial support for breeding programs and basic research in millets need to be enhanced, and also to enhance the productivity. He suggested the breeders to employ the modern tools, including adapting some of the traits like erect type in case of maize, in case of sorghum, as succeed in maize. And he appreciated the efforts of Dr. Jagdish Charane in developing different protocols at NIASM, and he also appreciated the efforts of bioconservation of millets. Thank you. This is about proceedings of technical session 1.
Thank you, Dr. Saab, for sharing the highlights of the technical session 1. Now, I would like to call on to the stage Dr. Arjun Taide, sir, who was the rapporteur of technical session 2.
Good afternoon. Dignitaries on the dais, delegates. I will not take much more time. Already we are delayed. This technical session 2, that is abiotic stresses in millets and climate smart practices for sustainable production. This is chaired by Dr. O.P. Yadav sir, Director Kazri, and co-chaired by Dr. Jayesh Misra sir, Director NRC Wheat Science, Jabalpur, and Dr. Tayade and Dr. Halli were reported for this session. For this session, totally 4 leads lecture were scheduled and 3 topics were delivered. And first one was production and cultivation dynamics of millets in India during last 7 decades by Dr. O.P. Yadav, and this lecture was very insightful, and first time I have also learned many things from sir. And second was climate smart practices for water stress management in millet based production system by Dr. Gorontiwar sir, DR Dr. MPKV Rauri. Then third one was climate smart management practices for sustainable millet based production system in Vidarbha region by Dr. Paslawar, Head Department of Agronomy, Dr. PDK Vekola. Totally 15 oral presentations were scheduled. Out of that, 13 were presented, and among 160 selected posters, only 50 posters were presented. And I will read the summary of the session. The very first important point was Dr. O.P. Yadav sir told that millets are declared as a nutri-cereals during 2018 by Government of India to promote their area and under cultivation and production. These millets are having less carbon, energy and water footprint, hence called as a climate smart ready crop. Then third point was millets are directly related to 3 sustainable development goals such as zero hunger, reduce poverty and low emission. Despite in reduction of millet area, that is 70% of the area was reduced due to competition by crops like maize, soybean and cotton. The same production is maintained due to the efforts of the breeders, agronomists and extension personnel, and significant increase in productivity was achieved. Then Dr. O.P. Yadav sir also emphasized that to promote the millet cultivation, there must be a sure market, minimum support price should be given to the millets, and procurement through policy supports are essential. Then only we can promote our millet cultivation in India. Then new niches for millet cultivations included Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. These are the potential area. However, we can focus our research and extension of our efforts in pearl millet production in Rajasthan, sorghum in Maharashtra, and finger millet in Karnataka. These are the 3 states where we can focus our missions and all technologies so that we can boost our cereal production. Then Dr. Gorantiwar has given a very good technology capsule for enhancing the millet production, including pre-sowing moisture conservation, use of high-yielding varieties, post-sowing moisture conservation, integrated nutrient management, and timely plant protection measures. With these 5-point technologies, we can improve the millet production or sorghum production in Western Maharashtra. Then he also emphasized that the compartmental bunding, ridges and furrow were found promising in improving the water conservation and millet production in Western Maharashtra. Then broadbed furrows, a very good technology for effective conservation of soil moisture in deep forty soils of Vidarbha region of Maharashtra for Kharif sorghum. This was the point highlighted by Dr. Paslawar, Head Division of Agronomy. Then last point, that crop diversification with millet, pulses and oilseed is the one of the options for horizontal diversification of the millet. And I will like that oral session, Dr. Nangre sir was rapporteur. He will present the report.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the highlights of the technical session 2. Now I would like to call on the stage The rapporteur of technical session 3, Dr. G.C. Vaksore.
Respected dais, distinguished delegates, dear participants, I am here to present highlights of this technical session 3. The session is purely on processing, value addition, and mechanization in millet for improved nutritional quality and livelihoods. The session was chaired by Dr. A.S. Dhawan, former Vice Chancellor, VNMKV, Parbhani, and co-chaired by Dr. V.K. Mishra, Director, ICR Research Complex for Northeast Regions, Women. I and Dr. P.S. Khapte were the reporter of the sessions. Under this session, out of 4 lead lectures, 2 were presented by the eminent speakers. One is on mechanization of millet production and processing by Dr. Gopal Shinde, PI Nahib, Caste, VNMKV, Prabhani, and second one is fortified feed and fodder for livestock based on the millets for avoid taste reasons by the Dr. Arthabandhu Shahu, Director, NRC Camel, Bikaner. Under this session, sir, there were around 49 posters were there, out of which 18 to 20 were presented. The evaluators of the sessions are Dr. Sunil Kumar, Director, ICR, IIFSR, Modipuram, Dr. Hemlata from NRM divisions, ICR, and Dr. A.K. Singh, Head of School of Atmospheric Stress Management, ICR Nyasam Baramati. There are only 4 recommendations emerged out of this session, but which are very important in the processing point of view. Those are the millets offers nutrition, resistance, and assured source of income to the farmers of abiotic stress semi-arid regions of the country. Hence, demand-specific food products, I am repeating, demand-specific food products need to be developed from the production, processing, value addition of millets to ensure the food security and economic returns. Further, emphasis should be given to the policy supports and development of varieties for processing and biofortifications. The recommendation 2 includes there is need to develop, which is again related to the small scale machines. There is need to be developing small scale machineries like pre-cleaner, millet sorting, dehuller, millet polisher, millet flour mill, millet roaster, millet popping machines at the producer levels. That is at farmer end is very important for processing value addition of this millet. Use of food processing automation, that is FA approach, such as 3D extrusion food printing for large scale production of the processed products from the millet should be promoted, which will be help to establish the private triple P modes, that is public-private partnership for better commercialization. Recommendation 3 is related to the fodder, animal fodders. Since the climate change impacts on the livelihood, livestock and fodder production systems, in this situation, millets based on zinc and copper-rich biofortified feed and fodder for livestock developed using the feed blocks and hydroponic technology could be the effective solutions. And the research and scaling of this technology need to be addressed immediately. And based on the poster session, there is one recommendation. Emphasis should be given to the precision laser leveling technology and conservation agricultural technology for enhancing the yield, water productivity, and quality of the millets. That's it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Now I would like to call on the stage Dr. Karthikeyan, who was the rapporteur of technical session 4.
Good afternoon, sir. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I take this opportunity to present the key takeaways from the technical session 4, which was on scaling up of abiotic stress management technologies for millets and policy support. This session was chaired by our Honorable Deputy Director General Dr. U.S. Gautam sir, and it was co-chaired by Dr. S.K. Rai, Director Athari Pune, and Dr. Sadamati sir was a guest person in that session. And in that session, total as per schedule, there are 4 presentations. Only 3 made the presentation. First lecture was presented by the representative from CREDA on behalf of Dr. V.K. Singh. Dr. Gopinath has presented on upscaling climate resilient technologies for sustainable millet-based production system. In that presentation, he has made the significant achievements which was done under NICRA, especially custom hiring centers and other technologies which are demonstrated in the village levels. And the second presentation was done by Sridhanya farmer, Mr. M. Basavaraj, and he has highlighted the importance of millets on diet, especially for lifestyle disorders. In particular, he has made a diet plan for diabetic as well as hypertension and all. And he has assured the audience that he has made several formulas with which these lifestyle disorders can be avoided or reduced with minimum damage in the patient's health. And third lecture was presented by Mr. Ramswarup Parikh. He has given presentation on climate change and challenges in millet production, a way forward. And he has mentioned many lacunas or the problems which was faced in terms of processing and marketing. And a keynote key takeaways from this session that I'm going to summarize it. One, the NICRA custom hiring centers which was successfully implemented. These success stories should be upscaled through the state welfare programs, so that every village or every cluster can have custom hiring centers which can be used by the farmers of millet production system. And second, the training of millet-based technology should be done by various centers involving NICRA schemes. And Mr. Basavaraj, in his suggestion, is a progressive farmer, and he suggested that a minimum support price for the millet should be announced by the government and in central as well as state level. Moreover, that it's not just announcing the MSP, but also the procurement center should be made at the district level or at least at block level, so that the farmers will not have any distress sale to the middleman, because with the promise of getting good returns, farmers can cultivate, but at the end, how much he's getting from the market. So MSP as well as the procurement center, which is being done in terms of for wheat and rice. So this can be emulated in other places for millets also. And Ramswarup Parikh, he has mentioned that his experience in millet marketing, processing, and suggested that need for modification in traditional millet processing machineries and inclusion of millets in public distribution system. It is not just giving access to people, but if it is available in PDS system, so the poorest of the poor, which are depending on the PDS for their daily food, they can utilize these millets, so their nutrition in their diet will be improving. Coming to the poster session, out of 29 participants enrolled, only 9 presented, and poster session was concluded. Thank you.
Now, I would like to call on the stage Dr. D. Nangri, sir, the rapporteur of the oral technical session. Sir.
Respected dignitaries on dais and out the dais, I am going to paint the proceedings of the technical session on oral presentation, which was held on the yesterday at 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. There are 15 oral presentation. Out of 15, 13 participants has presented their paper. Observations which are important points and conclusions are: saline irrigation water up to 4 decimals per meter can be used effectively without any impact on the yield of millet in Rajasthan. Next, combined effect of the elevated CO2 and elevated temperature less than 40 degrees centigrade is beneficial for the yield attributes, increasing yield attributes in the millet crop. Millet cultivation should be expanded to the fertile irrigated areas to reduce the crop weed competitions. Millet should be incorporated for the diversification of cropping system in Bihar and Jharkhand. Integrated nutrient management should be used in millets and suggested in long-term fertilization of millets. For promoting millets microprocessing units, GST should be reduced to 18 to 5%. And last is the millet-based intercropping system reduce the greenhouse gas emission and improve the carbon sequestration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Dear audience, apart from having the rapporteur's reports, we do have here the eminent personalities with us. I would like to call on the stage Dr. O.P. Yadav, sir, Director Kajri, to tell just one or two take-home messages. Yes, sir. O.P. Yadav, sir.
Very good afternoon, Honorable Chairman of the session, Dr. Rajbir Singh, Director of the Institute, Dr. Samir Reddy, and all the very distinguished audience. Thanks for this opportunity. In fact, I had already detailed the roadmap of the millets in a very comprehensive way. But at the same time, I was also able to listen to various presentations, either through posters, oral presentations, or keynote addresses, etc., etc. And I was truly impressed by the diverse areas that were presented by the different researchers. But if you turn out all those recommendations which were read out by the rapporteurs, one thing which is very, very clear from all the presentations, irrespective of the discipline, that millets are important. We all know that. But what has happened to the millets, it was not expected. And sometimes in a diverse country like India, when you start promoting one or two commodities, then there is unintentional disfavor to other commodities. And basically, millets have been victim of those policies which were skewed towards one or two important commodities of the country. It was absolutely and essentially required to attain the food security in the country. But at the same time, once we were able to do it a long time back, then one of the most important priorities would have been the most important lesson that we learned, that let's take care of our natural resources. The kind of the model we basically have chosen, it has put natural resources under a lot of strain. And point was that most of the irrigated models were also taken into the dryland areas, with the result that more and more water-consuming water guzzler crops were even introduced in the arid and semi-arid regions. Now it's time to really take care of our natural resources, and the one best bet to do this as on today is to promote millets. Once we are able to do this, then probably diversification, which is at the topmost agenda of the ICR and government of India, it will automatically happen. This was number two. And number three is that to create additional demand. You see, when I was looking at the most of the presentations which were highlighted by the rapporteurs, still in most of the presentation on millets, we are still talking about increasing the production, and that also as a food crop. I think millets have to be judged in a completely different way. As on today, more than 50% of the millets are being used in the non-food purposes. Have we adequately addressed what should be the criteria, what should be the parameters, what should be the indicators to promote millet as a non-food use? Should the grain yield itself should be sufficient, or something else needs to be addressed? What about the kind of the feed industry that is growing up at the annual rate of 12% in the country. Maize is largely feeding that industry. But whenever market rate of the maize is higher, then people look towards the millet, particularly pearl millet and sorghum. Another important point, probably to increase the demand, because demand has come down, and demand cannot increase just on the basis of food, because we are producing now under 12 million tons, under 5 million tons of the wheat, and we will continue to do this in the foreseeable future because of the policy support, because of the intensive research, because of the farmers' hard work. So the point is that what are the other avenues where we can utilize the millets? One of the important avenues is the ethanol production. Let it be sweet sorghum, probably a replacement of the sugarcane, again a water guzzler. Now we are basically having more sugar than the required in the country, right? Diabetic patients are increasing, but the sugar production is also increasing. So probably we need to divert some of those areas where the crops can be used not as a main purpose crop, but probably the secondary utilization. And in that context, the millets are again going to be important component times to come. If you ask me to take one message from all these deliberation and from our past experience of 6-7 decades, if we are able to increase the demand of the millets, either as a food crop or as a feed crop or as an industrial crop, we can promote the millets. But our judgment, our criteria, our research has to completely reinvent it so that we can start looking these commodities not only as a food crop but also as an industrial crop. Probably these are a few points that I wanted to bring to your kind notice. Thank you very much for your giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to call on the stage Sunil Kumar, sir, the Director, IIFSR Modipuram.
Good afternoon. In the concluding session, I have also some observation and some of the things I would like to share. So thanks, Director Niasam, to give this opportunity, because normally this is not the feature of the valedictory session, because it is only the presentation of the reporter's report and the address by the chairman and co-chairman. So this is the unique opportunity, and this is a learning process for all of us, because millets has been in front as far as this international era of millets is concerned. Before I speak something, I would like again reiterate what message has been conveyed by Honorable DG, that we have technology, we have awareness, but how to go ahead. So in my opinion also, we need to sort of mission. We have achieved green revolution due to a mission. We have achieved self-sufficiency in pulses due to a mission. We have achieved sort of self-sufficiency in oilseed due to mission. So given the platform and understanding as well as technology and the convincing the policy makers, now the next stage would be a mission on millets. If we really want to promote millet as a component of our agriculture through diversification and staple food of the people, not in only urban area, but in rural area as well. Number two, I am coming to domain where my institute is concentrated. That is integrated farming system, organic production system, and natural farming. So as you know that we are promoting doubling farmers' income as in previous session. In this session only, DDG extension has explained about how much contribution of different components in doubling farmers' income. And it is almost 35 to 50% of the cropping systems, means crop component. So when the crop components comes in a farming system, it is for farming system for household, food and nutritional security, for income generation, and then altogether a larger impact on the sustainability and the environmental sustainability. So when we are talking of food and nutritional security, why not to include palm millet as a component wherever it is possible in crop component, not only relying on the rice, wheat, or some pulses, but let us diversify the crop component through millets. Although we know some of the areas, particularly in Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Telangana, there are components where smaller millets have been introduced, but that in a smaller scale. Now we need to more practice on not only on station integrated farming system models, but on farm also. So inclusion of millets is important, looking to its value in future as well. Then second part is organic farming. It has been also shared in this house that there is a lot of scope of organic farming and inclusion of palm means these millets, not on the major and but minor millets as well. Inclusion of millets will be certainly a win-win situation when we are looking for the organic products and inclusion of millets together. So this will the double advantage. Then third one is the natural farming. Natural farming, though it is evolving, scientific protocols we are establishing, though people are practicing, but not that much of convincing, or results are not those much convincing. Those are based on some observations. So as per Niti Aayog consultation as the directions as well as the nodal institute, our institute IFSR Modipuram, we are developing those protocols to coming up at that level. And I think these are some of the points which will certainly going to have a larger impact. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you. We have noted down because
and the whole team. It was a wonderful symposium we have witnessed and a lot of good experiences we have. So thank you very much.
Next, we would like to hear from VK Mishra, sir. Sir, we have the compliments for you. Please be. May I request Rajbir Singh, sir, to present best compliments to Sunil Kumar, sir. Sir, please.
okay. Thank you, Rajkumar ji, and thank you, Director of this institute, for inviting me as a participant, as a co-chairman of this beautiful seminar and a beautiful campus. Really, I am very much impressed to see the overall activities of the campus and the overall the presentations of this seminar. Virtually, we are talking here about the millet, what is the future of the millet, how to promote the millet. All these things, there is no doubt. Nowadays, in every seminars, in every most of the institutes, these parts we are dealing at the different forums by the policy makers, by the researchers, by the developers. Some of the issues whatever came in my mind, if you see the overall situation of our agricultural situations of our country, so the total, the agricultural contribution in our GDP is about the 19%, if I am correct. And before 2014, the agricultural contributions, particularly in GDP, was about the 13 to 14%. Another sign government is looking at third, fourth economy, global in the global and at the global level.
Sir, please
So
restrict to millets
yeah,
and
yeah.
not.
So just I am coming, don't worry. So the question is how to increase the economy and how to increase the share, agriculture share, particularly in the GDP like that. Whether it is possible through the rice and wheat productions, I think there is some doubt. So the millet is one of the aspects by which we can increase the agricultural contribution towards the GDP. And if you see the demand and supply of the millets, there is a big gaps. One side we are provoking the production of the millet, but the another side, the demand is too low. So in one of our discussion, just I have suggested like that, how to increase the demand. Dr. O.P. Yadav has rightly suggested that the three sectors, the feed, fodder, and industries. But just I am urging here, and there should be a proper recommendations from this house that there is some level of the mixing of the millet flour, particularly in the wheat flour like that. अगर आटा में अगर मिलेट को थोड़ा सा मिला दिया जाए about the 1%, 2% like that, then I think automatically the demand will be the increase at the national, at the global level like that. But here there is a need of the proper research. Nutritional aspect need to be identified. Among the 9 type of we have the 9 millets. Which millet is more suitable, more profitable, particularly with mixing with the wheat like that? Which millet is more profitable with the rice like that? That part need to be discussed. That part need to be analyzed by some our research institute, those who are looking the nutritional aspects like that. Ultimately, suppose if you are promoting all these things and suppose the farmers is losing and suppose they are not getting the farm incomes, certainly our mission will be the fail. So by this forums, this is my urge to all the scientists, let us think how to maintain the demand and supply. So with these words, I am very much thankful to organizer for inviting me to be here.
Sir, VK Misra, sir, I request you please come onto the stage, sir. I request the chief guest to present that compliments. I also request O.P. Yadav, sir. Sir, please come onto the stage to receive the best compliment award, sir, please. Thank you, sir. Now we would like to hear from Jayesh Misra, sir, Director, Jodhpur. Jabalpur, sorry.
Honorable Dias and fellow colleagues. So I'm here to say a few words because I belong to Directorate of Weed Research. And only the message from my side is when we talk about to increase the production and productivity of millets. So weeds are a very important biotic stresses. even under abiotic stresses, beats are always there. So even when we increase the demand, so with the increase in demand, we have to produce more. And we know that most of the millets, they are rainy season crops, and they are generated from centuries from the beets. So whatever millets you name, they are beets also. So managing those beets in those millets is a challenging task. So that we have to think for how to develop the sustainable beet management practices. And secondly, when the government is giving more emphasis on the natural farming and organic farming for the millets especially, so under those scenarios, beet management is a very much important point. So with this, the third, I would like to say that millets should be promoted in region specific. Say in Madhya Pradesh, the Kodo and Kutki, there are tribal districts like Mandala, Tindori, and other places. So those tribal areas with specific millets need to be identified, and need-based production technologies has to be developed. So I once again thank you very much for the organizers giving me the time. Thank you very much.
Sir, please collect a moment. Next, we would like to hear from Arvind Kumar sir, Director Goa.
Honorable dais and of the dais or all the participants, first of all, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the director of this institute, Dr. Samir Reddy ji, and his team who has very nicely organized this event in such a beautiful campus. And really, Dr. Reddy sir, we enjoyed these 2 days, and specifically since millets are the regular part of my diet since last 9 months. So, and I am a keen learner about the millets. In last couple of months, I am continuously reading. So I learned many things, and specifically Dr. Yadav साहब को presentations के बाद many doubts which I was having in my mind were cleared, and I think many things have been said. So I will not repeat. I would specifically just would like to take home message. I would like to just say two, three messages which can be think regarding putting into the recommendation. Today, as our Honorable DG Sahab also told that there is a scope of horizontal expansion. I think he referred the figure also is about 20 million ton. If I talk about the coastal ecosystem, specifically come to the Goa, we have only cropping capacity of 116%. I mean 84% of the land in the Goa in the Rabi season is vacant. What is the main reason? Main reason is there is no water. पानी की कमी है. And I think millet is a strong candidate where we can fit in all those areas. So there is I think need to promote millets in the coastal ecosystems where there is a fallow land. So whatever I can do as a in the role of director for that institute, we are promoting millets and putting a lot of demonstration trials for all type of millets so that we can evaluate which is good for that. And secondly, which I feel there is a strong need for the huge investment in research and development in this to establish its health benefits and nutritional benefits of millets. Since there are only few studies which say that nutritionally it is very superior and how much health benefits. So there is strong need for research and development in that area also. And there is also need to develop strong, healthy processed products, nutritionally healthy. Not like biscuit bana diye, there is more than 40% fat is there, more than 25% sugar is there. That is not healthy processed product. There is strong need to develop the food products ready to eat snacks, but they should be healthy, millet based. And there is also strong need to create demand by creating awareness about the health benefit of millets. And another, I think, on the top of that, main requirement is policy. If we have policy in place to procure the millets like wheat and rice, I think automatically the area horizontal expansion as well as vertical expansion will take place. That strong political will and policy is required. With these words, again, thanks to team Niazam for the wonderful arrangement. Thank you very much.
Sir, I request you to correct the moment. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for giving a take-home messages to all present here. Apart from the discussions, apart from the presentations we had so far, may I request the audience, are there any missing recommendations that you would like to suggest to the forum? Are there any submissions from your side? You can tell 1 or 2 points, we will note it down. Anyone from the audience, any recommendations, please? Sir, you can tell.
Very short, sir. Sir, this all are this abiotic stresses are there which are influencing our any policy for the millets. People not going for cultivation of millet. One is the problem of birds, because in pearl millets and sorghum, the maximum yield loss is due to birds. As well as one another problem is that, sir, that is due to wild animals. Wild animals, people they are not ready to cultivate these millets, because the soybean, no wild animal will eat soybean, but in millets, all the wild animals they will destroy the crop. So farmers are forced to cultivate soybean in place of sorghum. So this was my response.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your recommendations.
Sir, my submission is that there must be the development of grain processing machinery. So all the millets can be processed in the single machine, first thing. And second, there is a lot of cases due to the food poisoning of kodo millet, due to the kodo millet. What we eat in the fast, that is bagar, that is not originally a seed. It is a combination of flour. ठीक है, जैसा हम बगर बोल के जो खाते हैं ना, वो कोई सीड नहीं है, वो क्या है, कॉम्बिनेशन है. अगर ये ज्यादा इंडस्ट्रीज जो है वो सब इंदौरी एंड नासिक एरिया में है सर, और ये सब प्रोसेस करते हैं, जिस वजह से फूड में पॉइजनिंग की केसेस बहुत ज्यादा है. तो उस पर भी थोड़ा सा मंथन होना चाहिए. थैंक यू.
My point is only sir, thresher. There is no threshing machine for this all millets, because of the for rice it is there, for pulset is there, oilseed it is there, but there is no thresher for this pearl millet or your sorghum or other millet. That is needed. लेकिन अभी तक मार्केट में नहीं आया सर, और जिस दिन वो मार्केट में आएगा उस दिन वो पूरा sorghum ही sorghum हो जाएगा. Millets कब चाहिए?
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to highlight the point about the cooking and preparation of the products of these all millets. Whenever we take it those products as a fresh, you will like to eat the millet products. Otherwise, it is not means possible. If it is a self product, it will not be consumed by the consumers. So this point to be noted, please, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for sharing your ideas and recommendations. We move ahead, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to reward, acknowledge, and appreciate the hardworking people who took part actively in the seminar, presenting their oral presentations, presentations. It's time to reward them. And I request the distinguished dignitaries present on the dais to please reward the hardworking people who have presented their oral postal presentations. We'll start with the best oral presentation awards. It goes to R.P. Dubey and Jayesh Mishra. R.P. Dubey and Jayesh Mishra. The title of the oral presentation was Weed Management in Minor Millets for Avoiding Abiotic Stresses and Enhancing Productivity. R.P. Dubey sir and Jayesh Mishra sir. The next Best Oral Presentation Award goes to R.H. Vanjari, Dheeraj Kumar, S.P. Datta, A.K. Tripathi, Anil Nagwanshi, G. Kadidi, S.D. And the title of the oral presentation was Impact of Long-Term Fertilizer and Manure Applications, Soil Quality and Crop Productivity of Millets. And the next award goes to Parshuram Patroti and his team. Identification of Rabi sorghum varieties with enhanced level of drought tolerance using component rate of water use. The next awards are the Best Postal Presentation Award. In the first technical session, the Best Postal Award goes to Dipali S. Kapure and Jayant Rathod. The title of the poster was Biosynthesis of Mg nanoparticles using Biodia diffusa, leaf extracts, and their growth stimulant activity in finger millet. The next award is Boraya. Evaluation of yield rate and tolerance indices of foxtail millet accessions under recommended and low soil nitrogen conditions in the shallow basaltic gravelly soils. The next award goes to R. Naveshri. R. Naveshri, effect of drop says on morphophysiological traits in sorghum genotypes. The next award is Vinay Hegde. Bioefficacy of OSA to retain PS2 efficiency of minor millets for leaf desiccation tolerance. The next award goes to KO Swaroop. KO Swaroop. KO Swaroop is not here. Okay. The best poster presentation award for the technical session 2. The first one is MS Paint K. Evaluation of climate smart rainwater management interventions for millet based production systems in rain-fed area under Marathwada region. The next award, JD Chaudhary. JD Chaudhary. The next award goes to CS Thackeray. CS Thackeray is here, sir. The next one is RT Suryavanshi. RT Suryavanshi. RT Suryavanshi. Fifth. You come and collect on my behalf. The next one is LG Hiregaudar. On behalf of him, I request Dr. Karthikeyan, please collect the award. Technical session 3. The best post presentation award goes to GC Vatsore. And the next one is UD Sawan. UD Sawan. SJ Shejul Patil. SJ Shejul Patil and SS Sawan. The next poster presentation award goes to SP Upadhyaya. And the next award goes to MS Zadav and Snehal Sate. MS Zadav. MS Zadav and Snehal Sate are here. Technical session 4. The best poster presentation award goes to AR Uttappa. AR Uttappa. Are we Londe, sir? Are we Londe? ये बात ये बात Next one is Dheeraj Shinde. Dheeraj Shinde. The next award is S.N. Karhale. Thank you very much, sir. We are done with the award giving ceremony and congratulations to you all. Moving ahead. So we are done with the awards. So moved ahead. Now I request Dr. Rajbir Singh, sir, ADG, ICR New Delhi, to address the guests.
Thank you very much. Honorable Dias, distinguished dignitaries, delegates, guests, students, farmers, ladies and gentlemen, this is a great opportunity for me to be here on this valediction function on the national seminar organized on abiotic stress management for sustainable millet-based production system. At the outset, let me congratulate the director, Niazam, and his whole team for organizing such a nice program, that too on the International Year of Millets. Dr. This is my first visit to this institute, and I am very happy to see the stupendous growth of this institute in a very small, period. I was also telling the things what I have observed here as a oasis, and I also discussed with the Honorable DG Sab also that miracle has happened over here in the last 5-7 years, and he had been one of the contributor for that. Friends, as you know, I will not go in detail because I have many things to be debated here, but many things have been debated by the senior colleagues and the authorities working on the millets. I will restrict those things, but let me tell you what is the genesis of this seminar, how it happened. Nation has guided the world for the importance of millet, and the world has also recognized India's contribution being the first largest producer of millets. And that's how India was able to convince the globe to have an International Year of Millets. And that's why we are here to celebrate International Year of Millet 2023. And when the thing came to NRM what to do, then Niazam has taken a lead role to organize a national seminar. And this is the venue and this is the time where we are sitting here to deliberate on this very important topic of biotic stress management, because millets, once upon called as superfood, were superseded. Rather, I would say what Dr. O.P. Yadavji told, that the scenario changed after Green Revolution and the more emphasis was given to the rice wheat and subsidizing the role of millets in the country. No, there is, yes, we agree with it. 47 million hectare under rice cultivation, 32 million hectare under wheat cultivation. India is self-sufficient. But what are the after effects of those things? These are coming in the form of various issues of water, various issues of soil degradation, various issues of human and animal health also. Now, what is the solution and what are the remedies? many debates and many discussion and many very lead lecture has been presented here during this seminar. I would say that when we were talking about food security, nutritional security, and when we talk about safe food to save from disease, I think millet has a big role. And Dr. Mishra, what he told that millets are basically weeds. I agree with it, and that's why probably you go to the best award. Millets are very human superfood, and weeds had been a part of our ecosystem. My some of the points I would tell here, because now I am on the stage, I have to tell something. The millets are superfood, require less water, less fertilizer, less duration, less pest burden. That means they are climate resilient crops. We are forgetting it. Climate change is a biggest issue for as far as agriculture is concerned. Every other day there are meeting. Every other day there are seminars to cope up with the impact of climate change. What we are observing, and when globally we can see on climate change, the Asian countries are, or the small and marginal farmers are the more sufferer of climate change. So we do have the solution, but what should be the pathway? What Dr. O.P. Yadav told that we have to design the pathway. What next 4 to 5 or maybe in next 10 years, what we should do? We have problems with the millets also, that stable varieties, good agriculture practices, and some of my friends also told about the availability of the machine, not only for cultivation, but also for processing and post-harvest management. We do not have sufficient good quality machines available for the farmers. So, and then talking about packing and branding, yes, top of it, the farmer can be benefited out of it if we have a systematic plan or a roadmap where we can go with the millet production. Yes, I do agree that core cereals in the country is around 15 million hectare area, and it's still going down. Honorable Commissioner Agriculture also told about what happened in the Maharashtra itself, the land of millets, and there are fluctuations mainly due to the climatic aberrations in the form of rainfall or maybe higher temperature, and maybe market. Market is a big force which decide the production scenario of that. But what should be the roadmap? I have noted down, sir, 13 points coming from the during this session only, and one by one, I think there are weight in these points. But I was also having my points, but they are overlapping over these things. So my first point, I am saying that we have to mark the area of the catchment where we have a good scope of millets, developing oases in those areas where rice field cultivation is going on, and we have to teach the farmers how best we can create the profitability of cultivation of millets, and the efforts are being going on this direction also. Researchable issues, yes, we do have, and I fully endorse the comment of Dr. Yadava, who was telling that more investment is required for pushing the millets in a millet era. Additional area, Dr. Parveen Kumar also told about that there are a lot of scope where the cropping intensity is less because the duration is very less, so we can easily imbibe the cultivation of millets in those areas. And that's how we can empower the farm women particularly, and if we can have value addition of millets, and that does capturing the scheme of FPO 10,000 FPO in next 5 years, the whole scenario of market will be changing. So aggregation and then value addition in case of millets has huge scope where we can train our youth and women for their empowerment. And in nutshell, if you ask me what should be the pathway, some of my friends told about MSP issue. Yes, that is very important. Procurements, yes, this is also very important. And then can we make it a part of midday meal? Yes, it is also very important for healthy children's. Ecosystem services, if we calculate, because this we call it as climate resilient crops and varieties. Yes, definitely they have ecosystem services benefit. Can we devise the mechanism to imbibe these services, these benefit in the MSP? Can we convince the policy maker, okay, these are the evidences, we are putting saving lot of resources, so can we enhance the MSP or maybe the money to the farmers? Market ecosystem is very, very important. One of my colleagues, my friend also told about it, the marketing of the produce, is the single most factor which decides the decision making in the farmer's house. Though machinery, both production and post-harvest and value addition machinery need is the most important. Labor scenario is going to, is, you know, it's very difficult to get the skilled labor at lower prices. So machinery, mechanization is coming to be the buzzword in coming agriculture. My one of the suggestion could be the portal, a integrated portal where we can put all the success stories, all the case studies which have came or emerged out of the millet production. And I was amazed to meet Nawam Siri, though she also been got award, and how she reduced 35 kg weight in 2 years during COVID phase, and only because of change in fooding habit and inclusion of a millet, which her mother has done. I think we should salute her mother who guided her how to manage the lifestyle, and what the Honorable Prime Minister is saying, lifestyle mission, what we call it as life. So we have to look into those things, and millet has a very good role play there. We have noted down the recommendations. We will put more good words, frame the sentences. We got the key words. We'll frame the sentences so that we can include these things in the influence the policy maker. And what it was suggested that yes, concluding year 2023, maybe in December, we can convince the NAS to have a brainstorming session, and all these things, what the coming out of the recommendations emerging from this seminar, we can put on there, and some of the policy issues can be inserted into those documentations. So I will finish here because lunch is ready, and many friends have to leave. I do. My flight is at 8:30 from Pune, so I am also in a hurry. But let me finish with two commitments or two speculation. Commitment, no, I will not say the commitment. It is speculations. Hope it must be deliberated, debated, and another meetings also. Can we double millet production in the next 5 to 10 years? I'm talking about production, not the spread of that include. I mean, and my answer is yes, we can. And what Dr. Yadavji said, can we double the population who consume the millet? Because we have to create the demand, we have to increase the canvas, and if demand is generated, area will definitely increase. So with these two simple suggestions, how to design further the pathway, the roadmap, or maybe way forward, it will revolve around these things. Once again, I am very, very thankful to the organizer who gave me this opportunity to share my views. I'm very thankful to all the directors of NRM divisions who assembled here, who deputed their scientists to make it a grand success. We are very, very thankful to Honorable DG, Secretary DARE and DG ICR, who himself came here, attended, and gave the message, clear message that yes, now we have to look beyond the boundaries, and we have to touch upon the issue of millet to make it as a mass movement. We are very thankful to our Deputy Director General, NRM, Dr. S.K. Chaudhary, who was always asking what's happening, good debate is going on, some good recommendations are coming, so concerned about it. So once again, the team in Yazam, under the dynamic leadership of Dr. Sami Reddy, and all the students, and let me tell you, and let me congratulate on the last day culture evening. It was very, very nice, and the students and our own family children participated and showed their worthiness. I'm touched upon your hospitality and everything. Thank you, each one of you, and I hope that you will be having safe journey and while you're traveling. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your address. One award was missing. They were outside actually. Now they are here. I request the dignitaries on the dais to please present the award. That goes to R.V. Londe. R.V. Londe. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to call on the stage Dr. Dhananjay Nangre, sir, to propose vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, ADG, Dr. Rajbir Singh ji, Director, Samir Reddy sir, all the delegates, writers from the other institutes. I'm proposing the vote of thanks. First, I am very much thankful to our DG, ICR, Secretary there, Dr. Himanshu Patak sir, who came here for one day and inaugurated this national seminar. Also, he has inaugurated our water treatment plant, which is at MIDC guest house, MIDC residence quarters, and one of the Millet farm he has inaugurated. I am thankful to Patak sir for this one day visit, full day he has given to us. So I am thankful to him. I am thankful to our DDG, Dr. S.K. Chaudhary sir, who has permitted us to conduct this national seminar at the NIASM. I am thankful to our today's validity section chairman, U.S. Gautam sir, for addressing us. I am thankful to Dr. Rajbir Singh sir, who is the ADG, who had given an address to us. I am thankful to our beloved director, Dr. Samir Reddy sir, who has supported us and guidance. He has given time to time for conducting and organizing this seminar. I am thankful to him. I am thankful to Sunil Chavan sir, Commissioner of Agriculture, who has given the supported us and he has addressed us today. So I am thankful to him. I am thankful to all the directors of the NRM Institute and other institutes for sending their representatives. Also, they are present here. I am thankful to them. I am thankful to all the sponsors, including NABARD, IFCO, and others. Those are present here and those are put their stalls at the institute. So I am thankful to all. I am thankful to all the farmers who came here and joined this session. I am thankful to all the chairman, co-chairman, reporters of the technical sessions who conducted these technical sessions safely. Also, I am thankful to all committee members of this organizing committee, all these conducting this national seminar. For this, mainly the accommodation and transport committee and other committees are chairman, co-chairman, and other volunteers. I am thankful to them. I am thankful to all the scientific staff, technical staff, administrative staff of this institute for making efforts in organizing this seminar. I am also thankful to all the contractors for in the NIASM who helped us in conducting this seminar. I am thankful to keynote persons, lead speakers. I am thankful to all. Lastly, I am thankful to all the participants. Without them, this seminar is not much. Uh, not. I am thankful to all the students, YPs, SRFs for this helping us, assisting us in conducting this seminar. So, lastly, I'm thankful to all who are wishing their names and thankful to them and happy and safe journey to all who are going back to their home. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We are done with the valedictory program of the national seminar. May I request everyone to please stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request all the audience and also the distinguished dignitaries on the dais, please join for the lunch. And after lunch, we have arranged a visit to KVK as well as COA Dairy. Those who are interested, please join for the KVK visit. And the visit is at 3:30. Thank you.